Ever since my husband, 44 male, and I, 40 female, had a four-way with his colleague, 32 female, and her husband, 38 male, my husband has been out of sort and downhearted. My husband got this new colleague about a year ago. At the beginning, I wasn't too worried about it, even if he was talking about her more than his other colleagues. She's awesome, cool, funny, you name it. I met her and her husband at the Christmas party, and she was very outgoing and friendly, especially with my husband. After the party, I asked my husband if there was something between them, and he denied it. I've never had any reasons to distrust him before. I feel like I'm an awesome wife too, and I assume that if he ever found himself to be unhappy with me, he would tell me and move on. Anyway, a few days after my conversation with him about his colleague, my husband confessed that he wanted a swinger-like thing with his colleague and her husband. He said that she approached him with this proposition a few days before the Christmas party and that he had been thinking about it ever since. He agreed to her, and they both decided that they would talk to their significant other. So she talked to her husband, and my husband spoke to me. I felt all the air leave my body while he was telling me this. He saw my despair, so he assured and reassured me that they hadn't done anything and that he wanted me there too, and that he loved me. I don't know why I relented and agreed. Probably because I love my husband and I didn't want to end our marriage, but I did, and I started Googling swingers. It turned out that what he and his colleague wanted wasn't a swinging thing, but rather a four-way. The colleague had fantasies about her husband watching her be with other people, and my husband probably just wanted to sleep with her without calling it cheating. That's absolutely what's going on. They made a group chat for the four of us, and I noticed that my husband and his colleague were the driving force, and me and her husband were the reluctant participants. I later asked the husband why he relented, and he said, just like me, he didn't want to lose her and their marriage. I tried to mentally and physically prepare myself. D-Day was a month D-Day was a month ago. It felt like my husband and his colleague were in their right element from the get-go, and they seemed like they got the hang of it. I was very reserved, and I actually didn't know what to do. No amount of reading could have prepared me for what to do. The husband, however, noticed that I was really shy, and he started to make me comfortable. He just started to compliment me and tell me how beautiful I was. By then, I was ready to rid myself of the embarrassment and just enjoy it. By the end, I noticed that both my husband and his colleague were irritated. That's what y'all get with your nasty asses. From what I understood before everything, it was supposed to be a whole evening/night thing. But my husband just told them that we were leaving and we left after one session, kind of. Not them trying to con their significant others into sleeping together so they could sleep together and then being mad that these people had a connection. I love it. Oh, I'm sorry. Since then, my husband has been upset and unusually quiet. Yeah, his brain is kicking his motherfucking ass. Very distant even when we're intimate. Yeah. Even though he wants it every day now, and sometimes more than once, he's competing with that man in his head. He watched that man do things to his wife that he don't do, and he is upset about it. He's upset. That's what he get. He asked me what the man was whispering that made me so happy, and if I had a good time. I had the best fucking time of my life, baby. We should do it again. I'm so glad you suggested this. We should do it again. I actually called. You know what? Where's my phone? I said that I did my best to please him, and yes, that I enjoyed it. Did you expect me not to? Like, genuinely, did you expect me not to? For the sake of your ego? I had a good time, but it was all for him. If it was up to me, that I would have never even suggested this to begin with. He insisted that I ignored him during, but I didn't. He was just busy with her, and they both joined us after a while. Worst of all, he keeps asking if the husband was better than him. It's fucking his mental up. If he made me feel better, and no answer is ever good enough. Oh, I am enjoying this too much. The worst part is the abusive text I get from the colleague. Oh, bitch, get beat up. Get beat the fuck up. Calling me old and ugly and desperate for attention. That I ruined her marriage. I told my husband about the text, and he said that she had the right in feeling that way because her husband and I ignored them like they weren't even there. That we were so consumed by each other, there was nothing around us. His words, not mine. That we forgot it was supposed to be all four of us together. I don't know what to do now. I don't know the rules, and I just acted on my natural feelings. I didn't find anywhere either that there were rules in this game. I'm grateful that the husband was sweet and comforting. I felt safe with him, and I thought this is how it was supposed to be. I feel safe and enjoyed the experience. If I had done anything wrong, just tell me so I can make it right with my husband and even with his colleague. I'm enjoying this man's misery way too fucking much. But like, honestly, like, did they really just expect you guys to do nothing? So like OP in the comments said that the colleague and the husband were super comfortable. Like they had a couple drinks and immediately went at it, you know? And that the only time her husband even initiated anything to her was to pull her to him while he was making out with the colleague. Like the husband wanted to have his cake and eat it too. Like that's really what it was. I want to be with her, so it's not cheating, but I really don't want him to touch my wife. And when it happened, both these clowns over here that just wanted to fuck and not cheat got mad. How do you like it? How do you like it? Don't like it, huh?
I watch the cars drive past through the streets of my city. I know some haters in the back. It ain't one fucking with me, but like it's me against the world. Still I'm keeping it pretty. Switch up my moves like I fit laces, baby. Like me so diddy, baby, come see me. I know you need me. It ain't too many women that's gonna touch you. Bring your freak out like me. I'll fuck you right then if you wanna send you back to the streets. I like him better when it starts. That's when we turn up the heat. Slide through my city. Tonight I'm